Oh my God. Today's adventure takes me to Chicago, Illinois, and to historic Rosehill Cemetery. This is the oldest cemetery in Chicago, built back in 1859. And you can see the facade of the cemetery. This building here in the front looks like a limestone castle. All this limestone was mined in Joliet, Illinois, and it was shipped here to Chicago to build this structure back in the 1850s. Today we're going to explore this cemetery. There's a lot of famous people in this cemetery. I could spend days in this cemetery. That's how many famous people are in here. But come join me as we explore Rosehill Cemetery. What a beautiful facade. Limestone, looks like a castle. Limestone was quarried in Joliet, Illinois. And one of the other neat things is at one time there was a stairway here. Well, there is still a stairway here, although blocked off. No longer in use as this wall was built here, but railroad tracks overhead. Trains used to stop here. Trains used to bring the deceased here at one time. There's supposed to be an elevator in there. And then as a bonus, I saw this beautiful old bike right there. As we enter the gates here in Rosehill Cemetery, one of the first monuments you come across is that of Charles Hall. Now, Charles Hall was a real estate tycoon in Chicago, and his mansion that he lived in would later become that of the Jane Addams Hull House settlement, where she took in a lot of children. And that house still stands. It's on the campus of University of Illinois at Chicago, and I believe you might be able to get tours of that. Famous ghost story of that house about the devil baby that appears, who supposedly lived in the attic. That's a very famous ghost story here in Chicago. See the eagle atop this monument. Colonel John Wyman, 13th Regiment Illinois Volunteer Infantry, killed at Chickasaw Bayou, December 28th, 1862. Look at that monument. Beautiful. We are in Chicago. There is a lot of noise, even in a peaceful cemetery, as you hear emergency vehicles. A lot of people walking today, people jogging here today. A lot of car traffic. It's a very busy cemetery. And speaking of Civil War, here's the Civil War section right here. Look at all those Civil War soldiers. Union Civil War soldiers. These monuments, which replace the deteriorated original markers, were secured through efforts of General George Armstrong Custer Camp 1, Department of Illinois, Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War, September 26, 1993. Look at all of these fallen Civil War soldiers. It always amazes me in all these old cemeteries that you go into that predate the Civil War. There are always Civil War soldiers. Just the number of soldiers that were killed in the Civil War, it's just mind-boggling. And here we have a whole row, unknown soldier. These men have not been identified, and unfortunately never will be identified. But there are American flags at every tombstone for those soldiers. Beautiful morning here in Chicago. I want to show you a wonderful monument here to that of Maddie May, who died at the age of 19 years old. But she's got a really nice stone sculpture here that is one of the more popular ones here in this cemetery. And this is it right here. Beautiful stone sculpture holding flowers. You can see that looks like she's reading a book. So maybe Maddie was into reading. And here it says, "In sweet and loving remembrance of my wife, Maddie May, born September 5th, 1873, died July 13th, 1893. She was an ideal woman and a model wife." And then below it says, "Harry May." I mean, you can see just the detail, even the shoes. The old Victorian type shoes, the dress, the book. That is Maddie May, laying on the couch there, resting. I am going to head this way. I see, well, you could throw a stone and hit a mausoleum in this cemetery. There's just mausoleums everywhere. But there's one that has caught my eye that I want to take a look at over here. Looks to be of an Art Deco type of mausoleum. So we see aircraft preparing to land at Chicago's O'Hare Airport. What a grand mausoleum this is. To A.J. Franks. No dates on there, but I'd be willing to guess 20s or 30s, 1920s or 30s. It is locked, which I suspected it would be. As I continue my walk here through Rosehill Cemetery, I come upon the monument of Schwinn. Now, if anyone grew up in and around the Chicago area, Schwinn is a very familiar name. Ignaz Schwinn, 1860-1948. So this man was born in Germany. He worked for a bike maker. He immigrated to Chicago in 1891, where in 1895 he started his own company called, guess what, Schwinn Bikes. And he sold 25,000 bikes his first year. And if anyone like me grew up in the Chicago area, anytime in the 60s, 70s, 80s, there is a good chance you owned a Schwinn bike. I do remember at one time, I believe it was a high school field trip, going to the Schwinn factory and seeing the Schwinns being made back a long time ago. It's a beautiful monument here. Jeremiah Porter is the name. Very large cross. Let's see what this says. Jeremiah Porter, missionary of the American Home Missionary Society, appointed 1831, organizer and minister, First Presbyterian Church, Chicago, June 26, 1833, chaplain, United States Army for 17 years, First chaplain, Fort Dearborn, Chicago. Co-founder, Beloit College, Beloit, Wisconsin. Pastor, Presbyterian Church, Peoria, Illinois. Pastor at Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin. And Green Bay, Wisconsin. This guy was very busy. Very busy. Wow. That is Jeremiah Porter. Let's take a walk around here. There are some obelisks that are just mammoth. You can see one here across the way. This obelisk standing, I would guess, 50 feet high. Torrance is the name on this one. Look at the size of that obelisk. That is just massive. And right there, center screen, there is a dare staring me down. Even in the city of Chicago, there are dare. Look at the size of that obelisk. Wow. Impressive. Very impressive. We'll leave the dare be. And we'll check out this monument here. That is an impressive structure. It has its own island to that of J.W. Ogden. Perhaps the person that Ogden Avenue is named after would be my guess. There's John Wesley Ogden, 1842 to 1885. Not very old, but has a very, very impressive monument. Look at that. This is one of those cemeteries that you could spend days in. The history here, the architecture here, the peacefulness, aside from aircraft flying overhead to land. Look at this mausoleum here. The name Charles Gunther. You don't see too many mausoleums with domes, but there's one right here. Just remarkable. This next monument that I want to show you is really something special, and for some reason my camera just started to freak out here. My audio went dead, my camera started doing this. I was thinking about leaving this out of the video, but I really wanted to add this, so I apologize for the camera issues. This monument here is that of Frances Pearce Stone and her daughter. Both died young, and her husband, so grief-stricken that he had this sculpture of both of them made, and this was sent to the former cemetery in Chicago in Lincoln Park, and then it was moved here to Rosehill. But Frances was married at the age of 17 years old, got pregnant shortly thereafter, and at the age of 20 she died. I'm not sure how she died, I couldn't find details on it. And sadly enough, her 10-month-old daughter with the same name, Frances, passed away 4 months later. So we could see here both Frances Pearce, the name's listed twice because they are the same name, both her and her daughter. And we can see the young baby there in the arms of her mother as they lay there resting eternally. Very, very tragic, very sad. Obviously the husband loved them so much to build this wonderful memorial to them, and very detailed, Very detailed. You could see there the wreaths down there. Has a little wear. And I'm happy it does have the glass case. But there is a legend here that this glass case does fill with mysterious mist on the anniversary of the mother's death. I doubt it, and somebody's leaving some money there for them as a little bit of a tribute, I guess. Stuff a couple dollar bills in there. Not sure why, but beautiful monument to Frances Pearce Stone and her daughter. What a beautiful morning here. Beautiful walk in Rosehill Cemetery. This next monument I wanted to show you is that to little Lulu Fellows, who died at just 16 years of age. And again, just like the previous monument, there's a statue of her maid seated in a chair reading a book, as we can see here. Very lifelike, well preserved in this glass case. As we can see here, she's reading the book in traditional Victorian type garb. We see Lulu there, and Lulu Fellows died 1883 at the age of 16, only a week after contracting typhoid fever, and she was buried the day after she passed away. They say sometimes that this case can fill with mist, just like in the previous story I did with the Pearce monument. There are some vents in the side of this case, though, and people tend to shove money in there. Some pictures that I did see online had a lot of dollar bills and coins in here, so they, meaning the cemetery, must at times take this case off of the monument and clean the money out. But very realistic statue of Lulu. Wonderful memorial to her. And you can see the chair that she's sitting in, her hair in a ponytail, reading. I wonder what book she's reading. I wonder if she had a favorite book, favorite author. But what a great monument to 16-year-old Lulu Fellows. And next to it are her parents, J.H. Fellows and C.A. Fellows. And looks like he died in 1890s, and she passed away in 1917. So her parents will be next to her for all of eternity. What a great monument to Lulu, and that's a pretty nice crypt there for her parents as well. Wow, this adventure keeps on getting better and better. This is the Rosehill Mausoleum. This mausoleum is supposed to be massive, with some famous people in there. Let's see if it's unlocked. For service, come to the south door. 1 road south. All right, that is what we'll do. Go to the south door. Okay, I'm in the mausoleum. This mausoleum, absolutely massive. Just massive. I don't know where I'm going at all. Trying to find the mausoleum of Montgomery Ward's and Sears. This one is closed for some reason. Don't know why that would be. There's Milton Florsheim. I wonder if he was the shoe guy. He may have been. Florsheim shoes. Perhaps. I don't know for sure. It's very quiet in here. Wow. This is absolutely incredible. I just heard a noise. That scared me. There it is again. It's weird. It's completely quiet in here and I just hear a noise. Maybe it's the wind. It's a little breezy outside today. Unbelievable. Really is unbelievable. Look at this. Goodman is the name. It's kind of an interesting location. It's like in the middle of the hallway. Oh, this one's open. Okay, I'm not going in there. Klein. Wow. This is unbelievable. Such a huge building. And I know I'm not the only one in here. Can't be. Let's see what we find. I figured I'd come in here and find the mausoleum of Sears and Montgomery Ward's pretty quick. And then I saw the size of this place, and it's just massive. Absolutely massive. Holy cow. This is crazy. This is like seriously crazy. That's a motorcycle. What was that? It sounded like a growl at first, but it was just a motorcycle outside. Wow. And some of these are like dark. I guess they must have darker stained glass. I do not know where I'm going. Okay. 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 Creep factor? 10. 10 is the creep factor now. This is wide open. This is definitely the older part. Oh my God. Wow. Well, here's the John Shedd Memorial. He was, I can't read, it's too dark in here. I know the Shedd Aquarium was named after him. Very prominent Chicagoan. This is really creepy because it's getting dark, and it got a lot warmer in here too. Like, warm. All right. I don't know where I'm going. I really don't know where I'm at all. And that's a little bit of a concern because I'm very good with like sensing my direction. Okay. Yeah. Wow, the whole ceiling came down in this one. That's not good. Ceiling came down. Okay, guys, I totally am lost, 100%. I have no idea what direction I am at right now. What in the heck? Oh, here's the Sears Memorial, guys. This is Sears. Sears Roebuck Company. Here's Sears. I found it. Wow. We might need a flashlight in here. Richard Sears, Wesley Sears. C. Ruby Sears, 1905-1974. Here's Richard Sears II. Richard Sears, 1863 to 1914. Anna Sears. Amazing. It's really amazing. It's dark in here. Why is it so dark in here? That doesn't add to the creepiness at all, let me tell you. The only light is a little bit of light here. It's like they have their own entrance, but I mean, it is dark. It's very dark. Well, that's good. We found the Sears Mausoleum. Or what do we have in here? Look at these pillars. I mean, these are just great, fantastic pillars. I don't like the fact that some of these doors are cracked open. That kind of creeps me out a little bit. Is this the front? Oh, this is the front. This is the front door that I originally tried to come through. And I wasn't able to. All right. This is absolutely wild. Wild. Okay, I can't see a damn thing in here. And it is dark. Oh, here's Montgomery Ward, competitor to Sears. This is his mausoleum in here. A. Montgomery Ward, 1843 to 1913. And Marjorie died 1859, it looks like. Maybe that's 1959, I don't know. 1959, yeah. And then on this side, you have Elizabeth Ward, died July something. It's hard to see what the date is. Sorry, guys. It's hard for me to see what the date is there. That is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. All right. I'm so creeped out. I just can't believe how dark it is. What's up here? I have to press on. What is this? Oh my God. Look at the ceiling. The ceiling's falling in. Wow. Wow. Look at that. The ceiling's falling in there. That's not good at all. That's not good at all. I gotta find my way out of here. I don't know where I'm at. So I knew the original entrance there that I tried to go through was locked, and that was on the east side of the building. And I entered in through the far west side of the building, so I have to go all the way across. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. No, I don't think I'm going this way. I think I have to go the other way. Yeah, I think I went this way. Okay, guys, I am going to try to find my way out of this mausoleum. It just gets creepier as I go. It really does. And thanks for watching. Rosehill Cemetery, incredible cemetery, absolutely incredible. Lots of history here. And as always, until next time, keep exploring and wish me luck.